I'm Weston. I love talking about the Rangers, and welcome back to another episode of The Rangers Can't Play a 60-minute game of hockey to save their lives. I'm here to recap Game 24, where the Rangers lose 4-2 against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Don't let the fact that it was a close game fool you. We played pretty rough tonight. Okay, so first things first, Keith Kincaid, after a very solid performance Sunday, earned himself another shot in net. I thought he played pretty well tonight. I think there was a couple of goals. There was a goal that I thought was kind of soft, but I'm not going to be too hard on him. 3 goals really should at least make you play a good game. So first, in the first period, 15:40, Brendan Smith takes an interference call. The Penguins get their first power play, and the Rangers kill it off. Our power play has been excellent, and I genuinely don't know how. Like, our power play is awful. Our offense normally is pretty bad. Our defense normally is pretty gruff. I don't understand how our penalty kill is top 4 at this point. I think it's the 4th ranked penalty kill now. And I don't understand how it continues to be this good. I'm happy, because if our penalty kill was bad, we would be getting blown out game after game. But it somehow is good. So 10:44 left in the period. The Rangers get a goal. Chris Kreider dumps the puck in. Julien Gauthier gets it off of a rebound. He takes it behind the net. He passes it out to Jack Johnson, of all people, who takes a shot, and it goes in untouched. I think it might have bounced off of Marino, the Penguins defenseman. I think. I could be wrong. And the Rangers are up 1-0. And here's the thing. The Rangers go up 1-0 a lot, and I was like, oh, hey, we're starting off good again. We've started a few games now. We started tonight good. We played a solid 20 or 10, 15 minutes tonight before we fell apart. We played a solid 15 minutes the other night before we fell apart against the Penguins on Sunday Night Hockey on Hockey Day in America. You guys remember that? I remember that. So, 7:05 left in the period. The Penguins take a too many men on the ice call. The Rangers get in power play, and I'm like, all right, here we go. We wouldn't do anything with it. And then, 1:06 left in the period. The Penguins get a goal. And it's 1-1. And I'm like, okay, neat. That's cool. That's wonderful. It was sort of, we were so close, right? We were so close to a good first period where I'm like, hey, there's nothing to be mad about, really. After the first period, again, we looked really solid in that first period. Let me phrase this. We were controlling the puck a lot in the first period. At least it seemed that way on the surface, right? But we gave up 16 shots on goal in the first period. So we were getting outshot in the first period, 16-7. But I felt like we were almost dominating play, weirdly enough. Keith Kincaid, I thought, looked really solid in that first period. I thought he was fantastic, actually. It was a very good first period. Take away the last minute where the goal happened, it was a great first period. There's not much to complain about, actually. But whatever, that happens on to the second period. 19:05 left in the period. The Penguins take a tripping call. We get a power play. I almost said we took a tripping call. But we all know how this is going to turn out. So the Penguins, we're on the power play, right? Penguins are shorthanded. 17:20 left in the period. The Penguins get a 2-on-1 rush, sort of, heading down into our zone. And wouldn't you know it, they get a goal while we were on the power play. They were shorthanded. And I believe to that point, they had more shots on goal on our power play, so while they were on a penalty kill and shorthanded than we had on our power play period. And it was one of those moments where I'm like, the game is over. You can't give up a goal that is this deflating and win. I genuinely don't think it's possible, and it wasn't. So, just shortly after that, well, not shortly, actually, excuse my misspeak there, the rest of the period, basically nothing happened. It was a very quick period. Was sort of a nothing period. We were just sort of exchanging a little bit of possession and then chasing the puck around. 20 seconds left in the period. The Penguins are passing it a little bit behind the net. A nice little passing sequence happens. They get it to Kasperi Kapanen right in front of the net, who just roofs it over Keith Kincaid. And now it's 3-1 going into the third period. And after a very solid start to the game, right? Super solid start. We allow 3 unanswered goals. We're going into the third, down 2. And for a moment, it looks like we might make a comeback. For a moment, it looked like that. 16:49 left in the period. Sidney Crosby takes a holding penalty. and the Rangers get a power play. So not only is that good because A, we get a power play, it's also good because B, it's Sidney Crosby, who is a very good player, and now he's not going to be out there to help kill the penalty. So he goes into the box, and right off of that face-off from the penalty, the Rangers win the face-off. We get it to Adam Fox. He passes it over to Pavel Buchnevich. Buchnevich passes it over to Ryan Strome, who takes a shot, and it just barely trickles in. The goalie got some stuff on it, but it still goes in. The Rangers now make it a 1-goal game. And I'm like, oh, we might actually tie it. We have a bit of momentum now. And that was basically it for the game at that point. 2:05 left in the game. We pulled our goalie, Mr. Kincaid. And we were going to try to tie it. Now, I will say this. I don't think I've seen a flurry of saves as good as Tristan Jarry in that minute and a half, 2 minutes. Like, we had so many... The net was open so many times, and he was somehow stopping the puck. Like, you can't be mad about what happened with that last 2 minutes. Like, Tristan Jarry just freaking... He turned Dominic Hasek on steroids. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, it was one of the most insane... And it was to the point where I'm a Rangers fan, obviously, and I'm still like... I'm almost not even angry at this. Like, this is unreal. Like, Tristan Jarry, I don't know who is named star of the game, but good lord, Tristan Jarry was insane for the last couple of minutes because the Rangers were just pounding shots on goal, and he was just stopping all of them. It was absurd. There were a few wide open chances. I think Buchnevich had the shot before they cleared it, and then we cleared our goalie, where it was just, look, it was wide open, and he somehow stopped it, and it was driving me nuts. And that was pretty much it. 32 seconds left in the game. Sidney Crosby had an empty netter, and then it was over. The Rangers started pretty well again against the Penguins with a 1-0 lead before the halfway mark of the first period, and we squandered it. I mean, it sucked. We got to put this series behind us, which is going to be kind of hard because now we're going on to Boston, which is just fantastic. I mean, we fell apart after that. Good start, 3 unanswered. This game was hard to watch. And beside that, it wasn't even super entertaining for the entirety of the second period. The second period was a very sort of boring. It was a super physical game, but it was sort of boring for the second period. And I will say that there were a ton of hits. I want to get the exact number because I think there was over 50 hits thrown in this game. I think there might have actually been almost 60 total in the game. It was absurd. I want to get the exact number. Good lord, the Rangers had 58 hits. Just the Rangers had 58 hits, and the Penguins had 37. Good God. It was a physical game. Who led the team in hits? Phil DiGiuseppe and Kevin Rooney tied for 7 hits for the lead. That is crazy. And, I mean, we also dominated the faceoff, which is positive. That's getting better. We actually had 35 shots on goal and we lost. That's I didn't need to see that statistic, and that just makes me sad. So, the 2 goals tonight were Ryan Strome and Jack Johnson, and the 4 assists were Chris Kreider, Julian Gauthier, Adam Fox, and Pavel Buchnevich. So thank you all so much for watching. That's all I have to say. I will see you guys against Boston on Thursday. So thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day. And go Rangers.